people. My name is Rachel Dorsey, and thanks so much for stopping by. Today's video is actually a video that I just so happen to be a subject matter expert on. I probably have my PhD in this topic by now due to my past relationships. As the title suggests, today we're going to be talking about red flags in men. So I am 22, have had quite a few horrible experiences with men. I've definitely had some good ones. I'm not going to discredit everything and everyone, but you know, life has just been trying to teach me the same lesson over and over and over again. And I guess I haven't learned it yet. I have learned it now, but it took me a minute to get there. So I want to help you guys out by talking a little bit about things that I've seen in men that pretty much mean you're not going to get a relationship out of this man. So if that's what you're looking for, you should go look elsewhere and not waste your time and not invest your feelings like I have. Not everyone in the world is looking for a relationship at every point in time, which is totally fine. But if it is something that you're thinking of pursuing, then this is my best advice to keep in mind while you're searching the market for your new man. And this is based totally on my experiences, so take it as you will, but this is just what I've experienced and hopefully never experience again. We're gonna start with number 5 and work our way up. A big red flag that I have noticed that shows super easily, pretty much from the start, that you should definitely recognize that it's not a good thing, is inconsistency. Something that I've learned is a man who is genuinely interested in you, genuinely interested in pursuing you, is not going to keep you guessing throughout the day, throughout the week. Does he like me? Does he not like me? Like, why is he acting like this? Why is he not talking to me? Why did he completely switch up on me? They're gonna stay consistent because they have a genuine interest in you and you're something that they're going after and they want to get, so they're going to be on their A game, right? And when I say consistency, like, I think a lot of people kind of see that in a different way. When it comes to communication, if he's not communicating with you consistently, and I don't mean constantly, because it doesn't mean that he has to text you every second of the day. You should both have your own lives and be doing other things than just texting each other all day long. But if one day he texts you like super frequently and then he doesn't talk to you for 3 days, he's not for you. Like, there is a person who will make time to text you, will make time to call you, no matter how busy they are, even if it's just a touch base and say, hey, you know what, I have a super full day. I'm not gonna be able to be on my phone very much, but I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you when I can. Like, do we see how simple that is? I hope that there are men taking notes on this. But it's not even just consistency with communication, it's consistency with actions. So if he is someone who one day is really hot with you and then one day really cold with you, you're not really the main focus. He probably has other stuff going on. He probably has other girls going on, and he probably has no idea what he wants, but you're there and you're convenient. And like, that sucks. That sucks to hear, but it is what it is. It's also a way that I found people will breadcrumb you. If you don't know what breadcrumbing is, it's essentially when a guy like sort of has interest in you, but not enough to date you. Like, he likes the convenience of you. He likes you being accessible to him. So he's not gonna put a lot of time or effort into you. So when he knows that you're probably losing interest, you're probably like, okay, this man doesn't care about me. He's gonna pop in and, you know, make you feel good. He's probably gonna flirt with you a little bit, and he's just gonna give you a little taste so that you'll stay around. That's what breadcrumbing is. We're not tolerating that. Either you want to be in my life or you don't. So something in the world is against me filming this video. It stopped a million times. This is like the 3rd time I filmed it. So we're just gonna keep going. But yeah, I think my lighting's changed a little bit. So if you notice it, whatever. So moving on to the second red flag that you're gonna want to run away from when you hear. If he uses the excuse of, I'm not ready for a relationship right now, I don't want a relationship right now, whatever it is, in whatever form it takes, if he tells you that, no matter how he acts, he means it, okay? And this gets tricky. Like, right now you're probably like, duh, Rachel, like, you don't have to tell me that. But no, men who are red flags tend to tell you verbally that they're not ready for a relationship with you, but then they act like they are. And it's very confusing. And I feel like we're taught, when it comes to relationships, to make judgments based on the other person's actions over their words. Like, you know, there are all those little sayings about that, you know, like, actions speak louder than words. Not in this case. No matter what he does, no matter how often he told you that he likes you, that he wants to be with you, what he sees in your future, if he introduces you to his friends, his family, none of that means anything, okay? Absolutely nothing. What it means is he doesn't know what he wants. Well, he does know what he wants. What it means is he doesn't want to commit to you. He likes you being there when you're there. He likes the convenience of you. He's going to do what he wants. And at the end of the day, he told you he does not want a relationship with you, and he meant it. So when he says, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, but his actions are different, listen to his words, please, because he does not want a relationship with you. Moving on to the third red flag. Okay, this kind of goes off of the second one, but if he uses any sort of an excuse when it comes to you guys talking about your relationship and your future together, or along the lines of, I'm not good enough for you, you're too good for me, you don't want to be with me, anything like that, he means it, okay? He is telling you this because he knows that in the long run, he is going to hurt you. I've had men before tell me, Rachel, I'm gonna hurt you, like I'm scared to be with you. And then they would act completely different. I'm like, oh no, he wants to be with me. And then guess what? He hurt me. And it sucked, okay? So if he's telling you any of those things, I do not care how he acts. I do not care how much you like him. I don't care how cute he is. I don't care how funny he is. Put on your running shoes and start running, okay? Because it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt bad. More than likely, because you're gonna let yourself get dug into that rabbit hole, and then the day is gonna come and he is going to do exactly what he said he was gonna do, and it's gonna suck, and it's gonna suck even more because he told you and you didn't listen to him. And I also want to add, like, that doesn't take away any sort of responsibility. Like, even if you tell someone, you know, I'm gonna hurt you, like, I'm not good enough for you, and then you live up to that, like, that doesn't make your actions any more justifiable. It still sucks. And you should have been strong enough as a person to actually walk away and stop toying with people's feelings. But that's a conversation for another day. Okay, my next red flag is something that I feel like we should all know by now, but it's easy to overlook when you're hooked on someone and you really, really want this to work out. If you see him engaging with other females in any sort of way that makes you feel uncomfortable and he does it in front of you, he doesn't like you. Because no man who truly wanted to be with you is going to put your potential relationship at risk by entertaining other females right in front of you. And it's easy to like turn a blind eye. I have been in this situation, unfortunately, a couple times where I would be with a guy that I was talking to, involved with, and we would be looking at his phone and Tinder notifications popped up and I said nothing. Come on, Rachel, like, you're almost dating this man and you're not gonna say anything. And if he doesn't say anything, he just ignores it, not good either, not good. He should have a very valid reason of why those are still popping up and try and apologize. If he just brushes it off, it's really bad, okay? So if you see him like being flirted with other girls on Instagram, doing any of that, he's not yours and he's not gonna be, because he's still playing the game, and if he's willing to do it right in front of you, he doesn't really care that much. And yeah, that's no fun and that hurts, but it's better to see it, acknowledge it, and react and move on with your life. And the number one red flag, the number one thing that you need to look out for is something that is a little trickier. He says he wants to be with you. He's acting like it most of the time. But there are some inconsistencies that you're like, this is not adding up. Just because they want to be with you does not mean that they're ready for you. And that is one of the hardest things I've ever had to come to terms with. So if there's a man who is saying that he wants you, but not everything's adding up and it's not going on that smooth road like it should be, it's probably because they want to be with you, but they're not actually ready to be with you. And that's why it's a little trickier to recognize. But when it's the beginning of a relationship and you already start seeing these little inconsistencies, these things that don't make you feel so good, these things that make you question it, it could be they really like you, they really want to be in a relationship with you, but they have so much other stuff going on that they're just not in that space to be with you. And it sucks, but I'm a firm believer, if you're supposed to be with someone, you're going to be with that person. They're going to come back in due time. Let them go deal with what they got to deal with. You go live your life, enjoy your life, do whatever you want. And if it's supposed to be, it'll be. If not, it's not supposed to be, and that's fine. I guess that's like not really a red flag, but it kind of is a red flag, but it's a super important lesson to learn. So these are 5 big things that I think it's super important to look out for when you're trying to build a relationship with someone, you're trying to start that and trying to have a strong foundation and be in a healthy relationship. And when all these little red flags start popping up and you start turning a blind eye, just know you are setting yourself up for failure. You are setting yourself up to get hurt. Yes, that person who is setting off the red flags should be taking responsibility for their actions and realize that they're not ready to commit to you and realize that they're not treating you right. But you, on the other hand, also have a responsibility to recognize these and realize that you're not being valued the way that you should be valued, and that there are people out there who will value you in a way that you are deserving of. And if you can't find those people, like, be that person for yourself. And that sounds so cliche. One of the best lessons that I've ever learned is at the end of the day, it's just me and me. Like, even if I'm in a relationship, not in a relationship, like no matter how many friends I have, at the end of the day, at the end of the night, it's just me and my brain. And I have to live with myself every day, every second of the day. And so I'm gonna be the person who puts the most value onto myself because I'm deserving of that. And I'm gonna treat myself right because I deserve that, right? Like, we all deserve to be treated right. And if you're not treating yourself right, how can you expect other people to do that for you? So this has been my little pieces of advice. If you just so happen to be a man from my past who decided to see what I would be talking about in this video, seeing if anything about you was mentioned, I do just want to say this video is a collection of experiences. It's not based on just one man, even though I have had men who have displayed many of these traits. But I'm in a very happy place in my life, and I don't hold grudges, anything like that. If you mistreated me, or if you're a man who knows that you've treated women like this, forgive yourself and do better. That's it, you know? That's all we can ever do. We learn from our mistakes, we forgive ourselves, and we do better. It's that easy. That is all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. Bye. But when he knows that you're I'm not crying. Okay, so moving on to number, I don't know, number 1. Just because, I don't even know what I'm saying.